Welcome to Garden Crossings. Hi, I'm Heidi. Today we are going to take a look here at our trial bed for the new Proven Winner Annuals for 2025. In addition to some of these new annuals, there's a few surprises that I'm finding in this bed as well that I'm going to be sure to show you. So we're going to start off with one of the surprises. I walked out here today and I was like, what is that? So this here is a calla lily. It's a Proven Winners calla lily, part of the Be My series. This is Be My Sunshine. This plant has been planted in our Zone 6A garden for at least 3 years. Calla lilies don't come back in Michigan, and if they do, we never see them bloom. So the fact that this Be My Sunshine is blooming right now and is so beautiful just was breathtaking to me. So sometimes it's those plants that make surprises in your garden that are just so welcomed. Be My Sunshine calla lily. All right, so let's continue on. The main topic at hand today, new annuals for 2025. So some of the new annuals are going to be improved versions of some of the older varieties. And what Proven Winners does improvements on their plants is they recognize they have a great plant, but sometimes they know that there's ways that they can make it even better. So why keep something that's good when you can have something that's great? And that's the situation here with the Supertunia Bermuda Beach. So Bermuda Beach has had an improved coloration, improved branching, better habit, and just an all-around much nicer looking plant. When we take and do our trials, we do them not only in the ground, but we also do them in containers. So at my house, I do our container trials just so that they're in different locations and we can see how they do. But this Bermuda Beach is doing absolutely fabulous here in this ground planting. We've got some clematis blooming right now. Now these aren't annuals and these aren't new, but they're worthy of showing you. So this is the Proven Winners Pink Mink, which is a small tiny flowering clematis planted with the clematis still waters. Look at all of that foliage. This is a very florific plant, and this is at the end of its bloom cycle. So we're kind of seeing the downward of the coloration, but both Pink Mink and Still Waters are super great clematis. When I plant my clematis, I like to mix two of them on the trellis so that you're seeing two things blooming at the same time. All right, more great plants. The new Scola, these were just watered, so they kind of look like they were just watered, but the Scola Star Diva. Here we have Star Diva Pink, and over here we have the Star Diva Purple. I am really impressed. The flower size is so large. So with the Scola, the Whirlwind series, it's more of a fan-shaped flower, as the name implies, a fan flower. But these Star Diva are a full circular star shape of petals, so creating a much bigger and fuller looking flower. What I will find interesting as we're doing the trial on these plants is, what does the habit continue to do as the summer goes on? Does the habit stay kind of this nice tight mound, or is it going to kind of spread out and sprawl like the varieties that we currently have? Something to watch, and that's why we're doing trials on these new varieties, is just to see how they act and how they behave in the garden. Another improved variety is the Angelonia Angel Face White. Look at that, excellent branching, excellent habit. I can tell you already, compared to the old Angel Face White, this new and improved variety is going to be far superior to the old one. The old one, I never saw quite nice upward flower spikes like I'm seeing here on this particular Angel Face White. A lot of branching, a lot of flowers. So that's going to be an excellent thriller for container combinations. Tira Blue, I think it's Tira Blue, not Tira Purple. Supertunia, beautiful bright purple blooms with that nice white eye. Look at the habit, just a nice mounding habit. A lot of flower coverage going on, so pretty impressive. We'll have more that we'll show you as we continue to make our way down this garden bed, but just a very vibrant coloration. Here we have a great new salvia, and it's got a red flower. So we're familiar with the purples and the pink salvias, but having this new red to the salvia lineup is going to be so exciting. So this way, if you want to use more of the primary color tones, you'll be able to with the Kufia red. Making our way, look at this new coleus. This is part of the MiniMe series. This is Kus MiniMe Chartreuse. It looks almost like a sweet potato vine, with the exception of it's not vining and not trailing, but it's got really skinny leaves on it, creating a nice mounding habit. We'll see how tall it goes by the end of the summer, but right now it's about 8, maybe 10 inches tall, so fairly compact, but just a nice vibrant foliage color to add in with containers, or like we're doing here in ground plantings. Supertunia Tia Pink. Oh, I think this plant was made for me, especially with what I've got going on today with my nice pink shirt. I don't know. Tira Pink, I am loving this plant. I'm loving the habit of it, from the purple to the pink. The pink is a lot more aggressive from what we've seen so far than the purple. So they definitely will pair well together, but it might be like a 2-to-1 planting ratio, 2 of the purple to 1 of the pink, because the pink is just very aggressive in its habit. Beautiful color. Again, it's so vibrant. I love the vibrant pink color with that white eye. Those bicolors really, I don't know, create kind of a extra pop when you're planting them. Continuing along, here's some more of the MiniMe Chartreuse Coleus, planted with a new campanula. That's actually a perennial, part of the perennial series. Tira Pink, another specimen, along with a new salvia called Unplugged White. I've really been enjoying the Unplugged White salvia in my planters at home. It has stayed really clean. So as you're seeing these beautiful white, almost a little bit now kind of a silver look to them, but they stayed super clean. They're not really going brown like I was anticipating white to do. So really a cool new thriller that would be able to be used in containers in 2025. So when I show you my home garden tour, we'll be showing these in the containers as well, just so you can see what a nice thriller they make in combination. Here we go, more of the Supertunia Tia Blue. The little tag is in there, so the name is verified as Tira Blue. One interesting fact in the plant world is a lot of times when blue or purple are used when describing a flower, they're interchangeable. Blue is used a lot, but usually the flower is purple. So not to be confused when you see blue in the name of a plant, it's more than likely going to be a purple shade. So I think that's just a little take home today is, if nothing else, don't be confused by the word blue in the flower world. It really means purple. Again, we've kind of taken these plants and just planted them along this about 100-foot or so flower bed, because if one doesn't like one area and doesn't do well, that's not a very good gauge for us. It might just be it was planted in the wrong location. So if we can get these planted 3-4 times throughout this bed, we'll have a better idea of just exactly how these plants do in the trials. There's also some new dahlias going to be introduced. So you've seen some dahlias that I've walked past, and the reason I haven't talked about them is I'm not sure the name of the dahlias. So I got the dahlias, but I didn't get the name. So just be aware that there will be some new dahlias. I think 3 new varieties coming to the Proven Winter line in 2025. Some more of the Star Diva Scola, or whirlwind flower. More of that Salvia Unplugged Red. So the Salvia series is the Unplugged series. And one thing I'm noticing with these red flowers is they're pretty large. They've got really nice large florets going on all the flower spikes. And it'll be interesting to see how the hummingbirds are attracted to this plant, because salvia is a huge plant for the hummingbirds. And yeah, we'll be watching to see just how many hummingbirds show up on our plants. Now this is one, have I said I'm really excited about this a few times in this video? There's just lots to be excited about, but this honestly is one that I am really excited about ×5, because it's probably the 5th one. But it's the Wedgewood Blue or Wedgewood series of Angelonia. So you may be familiar with Wedgewood Blue, which is a light blue and white bicolor. This here is Wedgewood Pink, and I absolutely love the coloration of this plant. Just that soft pink with the white. Angelonia are a great thriller in combinations. So if you're planting your petunias or your verbena or whatever, this is a great plant to put in the middle, to give that planter some upright interest. So Wedgewood Pink Angelonia, something to write down, to watch for in 2025. Continuing on, some more of the Scola, and you can see that habit just consistently is a nice mounting habit with those extra large star-shaped flowers. Bermuda Beach improved, along with more of the Salvia Unplugged White, just looking fabulous here in our garden trials. There's also some new begonias that are going to be introduced in 2025, and we don't have them probably planted in the best area because we are giving them full sun, which they're going to prefer more of a part shade to shade area. But here we have begonia. This is called Space Age Triton, and you can see it's really not living its best life here in the full sun. But just kind of, there's I think 3 in this series as well, with some really unique coloration that we'll be able to utilize in more of our shade type planters. A few more new varieties for 2025 in this little grouping. You'll see more of that Kus MiniMe Chartreuse. Dahlia, oh, we do have a name here. So Dahlia Virtuosa is the series, and this is Virtuosa Vibrant Violet. So this particular one I do have a name on. Also, there's some new heliotrope planted in this bed, and this is heliotrope, and the series is Aromagica Purple. The thing I like about this heliotrope so far anyway is it seems like it's going to have a nice mounding habit with kind of like a big cluster of flower. So a lot of heliotrope kind of have flowers that kind of go along the stem, where this seems like it's more of a larger cluster, kind of like a broccoli head, for lack of a better term of trying to give you a visual. But very fragrant and a very deep, rich purple coloration. Now, as we make our way around, again, showing you these varieties in a different bed. This is more of a westward facing bed, so really full sun. The bed we were just at, that's a southward facing bed. So again, another bed with a lot of sun exposure. So these plants are really getting probably trialed to the max because they are getting the most sun exposure that they would get in any of the beds here at Garden Crossings. Some more of the Supertunia Tia Blue and the Tira Pink. We had mentioned there's some new Dahlias. Here are 3 new ones, and actually these got their names put on them too. So Virtuosa Pinkerific, well, that's kind of a unique name. So the Pinkerific, and then the purple, and I think we saw one more color as well, but I'm not seeing it in this bed to compare it to. But both of them very vibrant. We'll see how tall they get. They obviously don't look like they're going to get to be a tall dahlia. My guess is they'll probably get 18 to 20 inches, but we'll see as the summer goes on just how tall they continue to get. So a lot of fun new varieties coming in 2025. We'll keep you updated on the progress and how they're doing, how they're handling the heat of the summer. These beds are all on drip irrigation, so they are getting watered regularly, just so you kind of know the watering situation that we're giving these plants. And we do come out and fertilize them about once a month in these ground plantings as well. So excited to show you these new varieties for 2025. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching. I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings.